Well, hello friends. Tonight we're going to be scrapping out a old dehumidifier. I'm not sure how old it is. It's all metal. There's no plastic housing much on it, so it's got to be probably in the 80s. But all right. Now, what I do is I keep all my screws in the cup. They add up after a while. I'll scrap those too. Better than them winding up in a tire or something. You're probably, it's recycling. You're keeping stuff potentially out of a landfill. I don't see a thing wrong with that. And I do like taking things apart. It's kind of like being a kid again. Taking your toys apart. Which I admit I didn't have a lot of toys growing up. We played outside mostly, but my dad taught me how to work on small engines when I was really young. But when we'd have one that was no good, he would let me take it apart and just kind of see how they were constructed, and it was a lot of fun. All right. That plastic front is off. That's going to be of no value. We're going to lay that to the side. Turn her back around here for you where you can see. And we see, I need to get my directional LED behind me. Hold on. The light's a little poor from this angle. I need to buy some more directional LEDs for the shop here. I'm gonna go ahead and clip these wires. I think that is what's holding this to the unit. There's the wires that power the fan motor. And there we go. The outer housing is off. All right, we got a control dial right there. There may be some brass or something in there. I'll set that to the side for now. And now we are left with the compressor and the fan. Oh, that's cardboard there. That's just coming right apart. Alright. Okay, we'll get that out of the way over there. Always wear your gloves when doing this. Okay. Looks like the fan can come out really easily, so let's get that fan out of the way. There we go. Got the motor off. I'll lay that right there. It's always fascinated me taking things apart. I'm really not liking this light. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Got light now, by golly. I'm gonna phase out my other lights in here and eventually replace them with the directional LEDs. I really like those. But we'll cut this insulation here. Copper tube going down to the compressor. There we go. Had just a little bit of oil there. This has already been discharged per the guy I got this from. So I didn't have to do any of that. Now I need to cut this piece of copper loose from there, and that'll be clean copper. Hear nothing oozing out, I guess he's right. That should be number 1 copper right there. Or right here, and that should be off. go. Got a little line there to clip. Alright. It's pretty heavy, so it don't feel like aluminum. It feels like it's metal. I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got some more pure copper there. And right here, let me see if I got the angle right. We'll turn you down. Take this little clip here off. Let's see if that just pins on. Yep, pull that right off. A little bit of copper in that. I'll set that to the side. And like always, my wire like this, it's too tiny to worry about cutting the insulation off. I throw this all in a bucket. When I get enough of it, I'll just haul it off as whatever they grade that wire as. Let me see, let me get this. Turn you back up here. Let's get this aluminum coil off of here. And there that is. Alright, let's see what we got now. A little bit of plastic. Got this little housing. Alright, I removed the bolts. There's that part out. Now we are left with the compressor. Now what I'll do, like I done the last one, I'll drill a hole in the top and I have a bucket. That's the reason I like to leave this base on there, because it's a little bit bigger than the rim of the bucket. I can turn this thing over in the top of the bucket and it'll hang there and let that oil drain out. Turn this thing over and let it drain out. Oh yeah, there it goes. All right, while that's draining, I guess we can process this fan here. Got a few screws there to get this bracket off. There we go. There's the bracket. Got a little copper wire there. I'll get that later. All right. All right, I got that fan off of there. I'm not sure if this is like a cap in that you can tap off or what. I'm gonna give it a little love with the hammer here. It does look like it's separating like a cap. See a little daylight opening up there. I'm getting an old screwdriver here. Oh, look at there. Boop. Right off camera, I gave it a little tough love with a hammer and a cutoff wheel and just whacked her in half. So there should be whatever you would call the armature, I guess. There, that's going to come right out with our copper. If I can get her to move. Come on, baby. All right, there we go. It's got our copper there. And here's our other half. Lay that motor over. And there's our copper windings. Give it a little snippy snip here, and then I'll just pull it off. All right, time to cut the top of the compressor open. All right, let's open her up. All right, see, there's a copper wire, copper tube. I'll get that. If I'd have cut it a little lower, I'd have had those. Anyway, we'll turn this upside down, and you see all that copper there, boy, beautiful copper. We've got 4 screws holding this in to the compressor, so to the motor. Let me pop those out. Back up a little bit there. Come right up out of there, and there's our scrapper's gold right there. Now I'll set this joker to the side for the minute. The last one now, I just cut these on one end, just folded them up, cut them in half, and they pulled right out by hand. It did take a little bit, but I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do it all. I could take the grinder and just cut one side and yank it out too. Alright, that thing was so insanely oily. I put some water in a bucket with some Purple Power degreaser, and I'm letting that work. Now I did, but just so you're not left in the dark, the one I took apart earlier was exactly the same. I'll show you how much copper came out of that one. There's all your copper. That's a pretty good amount. I'm going to drop this in the degreaser bucket too and let it defunk before I go putting it in my jar of scrapper's gold over there. But anyway, friends, I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't take apart this motor here, but this is the one that come out of the other one, the newer one. You see that copper there that needs to come out. I'll get that out off camera. That's how much came out of the other one. I think I'll drop it in the defunct bucket too, because it's a little dirty looking. Well, there's your copper out of the compressor, minus a few little bits out of the electronic parts. But anyway, friends, I hope you enjoyed that. Not a lot of excitement, but at least you got to see how to take one of those apart. A little bit messy. If you made it all the way through, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. And if you're one of the scrappers that came here for this content, check out my Woodworks page. Just check out all my videos, sawmilling, woodworking, chainsaw milling. You might see something that interests you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.